The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
The Badger Hockey Digest, presented by Charter Communications.
Hi, welcome to the Badger Hockey Digest, brought to you by Charter. I'm the radio voice for Wisconsin hockey, Brian Posick, head coach Mike Eaves alongside. We're standing on the Badgers bench at the Kohl Center, where a couple of weeks ago, over 14,000 fans, a season high, watched the Badgers beat Michigan 3-1 and sweep the weekend series. And Mike, I know you're paying attention to the ice, but boy, when you pack the place, I know it gives me energy as an announcer. I can only imagine what it's like for the players.
Boys sit right here in front of us in the Kohl Center, and you look up and you saw every level was full. And what was amazing, we didn't even have our students here, so this section down here was a little sparse, but to look up and see all the people, you could really feel the energy in here, Brian.
Yeah, to sweep the Wolverines, that was a big series for your club, wasn't it?
It was. They're a ranked team, a very good team, and I think for our own growth and development and where we want to go and how we want to establish ourselves, it was an important weekend. So, we swept. It was good. Now we got to reload the gun again, and we got an Ohio State team coming in here this weekend. But that weekend was very good in terms of us even more solidifying our team identity moving forward.
Yeah, more on the Buckeyes coming up. In the Friday game against Michigan, Michael Mersch scored his first career hat trick, had 4 points that night, as did Jefferson Dahl. I love watching Jefferson play. He's grown as a hockey player. He was a prominent scorer at the high school level in Eau Claire, but boy, he's just a hard worker, and now he's producing points for you too.
Well, there's a little chemistry between Michael and Dolly, and we've seen it off and on over the last couple of years, but they've gone to a new level now, and so you'll have to pry those two apart. I think they want to be on the ice together, and I think that weekend was maybe their coming out party. If they can do that or close to that every weekend, it's really going to help this team accomplish the goals that we've set.
Yeah, and maybe a coming out party too for sophomore defenseman Kevin Scholes, who had gone 59 games without a multi-point game and then had back-to-back 2-assist games against the Wolverines. Boy, he may have been the best defenseman on the ice that weekend.
Played very well. One of Kevin's strengths is the fact that he can really skate, and he was moving his feet consistently the whole weekend. I think, he's only a sophomore. He's becoming more comfortable in understanding what his role is, creating his identity. And with the puck, he's starting to take what is given. He's reading the ice very well. He's distributing the puck very good. And as a result, he ended up having 4 points over the weekend. But the key to his whole game is moving his feet. If he moves his feet, he can be dynamic.
Yeah, and I know we mentioned this on your pregame radio show, but there was a change in defensive pairs for that Michigan series. Kevin Scholes with Frankie Simonelli, Jake McCabe with Joe Faust. Fans may not have noticed it, but it worked, and it's something that I know you would discuss, trying to bring a little life to the back end.
Well, as you do with your computer, you refresh it once in a while. I think by changing combinations up where there's a forward lines or the defenseman, that helps to refresh them. So it was the right time. It was a good move by Coach Huey and Coach Waltz, and we benefited from it for sure.
Yeah, the Badgers are 10-and, beg your pardon, they're 9-1 on their 12-game homestand, which continues this weekend against Ohio State. More on the Buckeyes coming up after this.
I'm not what the girls here would call classically good-looking. I spent most of my youth in the dreaded friend zone. That all changed when my folks got Charter TV. I discovered tons of chick flicks in HD and on demand, and learned all the secrets to romancing the high school girl. Now in a school full of boys, I'm the man. I'm the man.
Get Charter TV starting at $29.99 per month. Charter, make way for more.
This is Andrew Zielsdorf. He plays hockey. This is leukemia. It's bad business. This is Andrew's oncology team. They love Andrew. They don't like leukemia. And thanks to them, Andrew is now cancer-free. Booyah. They are the world-renowned physicians, scientists, and nurses at the American Family Children's Hospital, pioneers in pediatric cancer care. UW Health. Remarkable.
We're on the Badgers bench inside the Kohl Center, where Wisconsin takes on Ohio State this weekend. Friday night, 8 o'clock, Saturday night at 7 o'clock. But before we get to the Ohio State Buckeyes, Mike Eaves has become a YouTube sensation. Back in September, he took part in a news documentary series called Forward Motion. which highlights various different aspects of the University of Wisconsin. And Mike Eaves went to the Weissman Center and spent an entire day with preschoolers and kindergartners. You have to check out the video, folks. But I think, well, you're a grandfather of 3, you're a father of 2, you love children, and it certainly showed in that video.
Well, it might have taken me a couple of weeks to recover from that adventure, I want to tell you. But it was an adventure. It was fun. I wish they would have given me a little better heads up of what was going to happen. I would have brought a change of clothes and showered someplace there. But I was in a full sweat by the day's end, and had a lot of fun, met a lot of nice people there. They do a great job, and the kids were a riot. And, you know, when you're around young people, you feed off their energy, and that's basically what happened. We just fed off each other's energy all day.
Yeah, it showed a different side in you, though. You know, I think fans just see you as a coach. Yeah. Players know that you're pretty intense, not only behind the bench, but at practice, too. But it showed a softer side. That's okay, isn't it?
Well, I think that's basically who I am. When I coach, I put on this uniform and I become another persona. But, you know, kids are... I was in physical education. I liked being around young people. I thought someday, once I retired from playing, if I had the opportunity to do that, I would do so. You know, elementary is probably not something I thought about at the time, but I'll tell you what, being the dad and the granddad really helped out there. I was changing diapers in the whole 9 yards. So I don't know if a coach who had not had children could have done that.
It was very funny. It was great. Check it out on YouTube. The Badgers getting ready for Ohio State. Here's a team that's 11-8-1. It's a team that's 1-4-1 in the Big Ten, not the WCHA, but the Big Ten. I'm still getting used to that. It's a team also that went to Minnesota last weekend, played outdoors, lost 1-0 to top-ranked Minnesota, and then dropped a 4-2 decision on Saturday, but up 2-0 in the first period of play. Steve Rollick is the head coach at Ohio State, former captain of the Badgers, 1990 national championship team. It's a team that's pretty good, and they've got some pretty good players, too.
They do. They're playing very well. I think that weekend up in Minnesota, although they lost both games, it's one of those, you know, they feel good about themselves. They felt they went in there and played, did some good things, had a lead in Mariucci and let it go, but they'll come in here on an upbeat. I think they feel good about themselves. The fact they're above 500 is something that they're very proud of, and they're going to play hard. Raleigh was a guy that he understands the concept that if you're going to win, you're going to have a chance to, and you have to play hard. And his group of people, they're going to come up here and they're going to have a chip on their shoulder, and they want to kind of come in here and try to steal some ponies for us. And our job is not to let that happen.
Yeah. Ohio State has a couple of Wisconsin natives, Tyler Lundy and Max McCormick, and one of the best goal scorers in the country, too, in Ryan DeZingle. He wears number 18. What do you see in this young man?
Terrific shot, good speed. He's kind of got that strut that goal scorers have. Saw him score a hat trick on TV against Michigan State, I believe it was. So we're going to have to know when he's on the ice and make sure we have the appropriate people there too.
Yep. And then on Saturday night, not only will Wisconsin play Friday night at 8, but Saturday night there's a whiteout here. Tickets are being offered for $11. Go to UW-Badgers.com for more information about this. But I'm expecting now, with the students back, we're going to have some raucous crowds here this weekend.
It should be fun. We've never done a whiteout. I think the fact that we had 14,000 in here without the student section, I think people are kind of tuned in. You know, we're playing Ohio State. Ohio State is a Big Ten school, and I think we're going to have outstanding crowds, and they're going to see some great hockey.
Yep, and the Badgers have played well here at home. Only one loss so far this season on the Kohl Center ice. Again, the Badgers and Ohio State Friday night at 8. That game's on the Big Ten Network. Saturday night face-off at 7 o'clock. That's on Fox Sports Wisconsin. You can always listen on the Badgers Sports Network or BadgerSportsNetwork.com. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks, Brian.
That's Badgers head coach Mike Eaves. I'm Brian Posick. Thanks for watching the Badger Hockey Digest.